Hey everybody, welcome to another Staff Connections. I'm your host, Bill Culp, and what's the premise of this show? It's to get to know those who are working for you each and every day, making a difference. Why? Not only do you matter, but they matter. All right, and they're making a difference each and every day, like I said, with you at home. All right, and joining us with us here, we're back at Upper Providence. I'm Upper Providence again. Jess Hauseman, how you doing there, Jess?
Doing great.
All right, so your guidance counselor.
School counselor.
School counselor. So what's the difference between school counselor and guidance counselor?
Well, guidance would be an antiquated term, I think. Nowadays, we are school counselors.
All right.
Yeah,
So now, and you started out at Limerick, right?
Correct. Yes.
Technically.
Yes, when I was hired, I was between Brook and Limerick because those two buildings were so large at the time in 2001.
Yeah. So, I mean, how lucky were you? You got to start with me. That's pretty lucky.
It was amazing.
Yeah, that is pretty amazing. All right.
Yeah.
So, you're here at Springford. This is where you grew up.
Yes.
So it's kind of funny how, just we, full circle here, circle of life. We got so many staff. So talk about how neat is it that you're working where you went to school and you grew up? It
is pretty cool. I moved here in 8th grade into the Springford district, and my dad was a Springford graduate. Don't ask me what year, but he was president of his class and was in the band, and so, a good Springford ram there. And then my sister and myself and my brother all went through Springford and graduated. I was class of 93. And then my nephew currently is at Limerick Elementary in kindergarten. So we are a Springford family.
Springford family. All right. Now, speaking of family, okay, so kind of a different dynamic. All right. So mom and dad met at Villanova University.
Correct.
But completely different backgrounds. Tell us about that. Pretty neat.
Very different. Very different. Yes. My father is a Quaker, and which is a very simplistic religion. And my mother is Italian, last name Luciani, so Catholic, and the two of them met at Villanova at night school, and but they're very come from very different backgrounds, so it's interesting. Yeah.
Well, we know who wins the arguments, right?
Oh,
Mom.
Yeah.
Because he can't argue, right? He's not allowed to argue back.
He doesn't say much.
Okay. That's a perfect marriage right there. That's great. All right. So
Yes.
Tell us about your road. You're married. You got kids.
Mm-hmm. Correct, yes. So 20 years, we'll be married next summer. Crazy. I have a senior who's at Owen J. Roberts this year and a freshman at Owen J. Roberts, Brady and Jackson.
Yeah, doing some college visits, right?
Yes,
Doing
all
some
summer
college
long.
visits.
That's what
All
we
right.
did, yes.
All right, pretty neat. All right,
Yes.
so now you kind of, broke the female code. You gave us a little bit of your age because you told us when you graduated. So that's okay.
I did do that.
That's okay. You didn't have to give us a year, but that's okay. So how long have you been here at Springford, though?
So it would be 23 years this year. Yeah.
Pretty neat.
It's
23
crazy.
years.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
It's a long time.
And what do you love about it?
Working with kids is so awesome because if my role, if I can make a kid's day by, making them laugh, or if I can help them solve a problem, or if I can support them in some way that just changes their day, then that's worth it to me. So, or if I can help a family find a resource that they need, that's what it's all about. It's worth it.
All right. So, and talk about like the dynamic. One of the things I think it's interesting is between, as a school counselor and a school teacher. So you have to know everybody.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you think's the benefit of that compared to, a teacher has,
Right.
I mean, they get to know a little bit, maybe that grade level, their kids, but you're doing the whole school.
Right. Yes. I think that's really nice, especially for elementary counselors anyway, because we get to know kids from kindergarten all the way to 4th. And we can develop that relationship, not just with the families, but, and connect them to the community. And so I feel like I'm part of a fabric, so to speak. And those connections last for a very long time. So even after a family, say, leaves Upper Providence with all of their kids, we still have high school kids who come down and are part of our High School Heroes program. And so I get to know all of them pretty closely, and it's just a really great experience.
Yeah. So now, what is the school counselor? What are some of the things that you do throughout the day?
Sure. So we wear many hats. We check in on students individually, make sure they're doing okay. We are part of the MTSS process, IST process. So we're watching kids academically, making sure they're doing okay. We connect with parents, help them with resources that they might need for counseling outside of school. I run small groups on different topics like self-esteem or friendship skills or I'm trying to think of other ones. Friendship skills, anger management, all kinds of, skill building groups for kids. And and then I also am always working with teachers and helping them with ideas in the classroom to support kids. I teach classroom lessons. I go into every classroom for lessons, which is my favorite part of my job because that's where I get to know all the kids. And I'm always working with administration as well. So there's a lot going on.
All right. Well, all right. So let's take off the hat of school counselor. Outside of school. Mm-hmm. All right. So don't stop believing's your why would that be your walk up?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I think I positive energy, that kind of song just makes you think that way. I like to think I'm a positive thinker.
Yeah.
So don't stop believing. Always give it your best.
And Italy? Everybody always picks Italy. Now, why would you like to go? Is it because of mom? Does mom have family there? Okay.
Yes. My mom has family in Rome. We would love to go and hang out and meet them all. We know some of them. We've had Zoom meetings over the years with them, which is pretty cool. We have one relative who can translate, so we're all on there together. It's pretty cool.
Pretty neat.
I would love to go.
Yeah, I think Andrew said he's going to pay for you. He's actually, after this, he's going to get you a ticket.
That would be amazing.
That would be pretty cool. All right. All right, so one of you like Cobra Kai. All right, so Cobra Kai. All right, so who's your favorite character? Are you pro Russo or are you pro Johnny?
Oh gosh, I grew up in the '80s. That's I identify with the '80s. So, Karate Kid and watching Cobra Kai kind of brought me back a little. Yeah. But I like Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who are you dating, Russo or Johnny? You're taking Johnny to the prom, all right? I knew it. That's pretty neat. All right, so let's continue with that. Some of the interesting things. So you don't eat anything green at all?
No, I'm
like salad. You want to eat a salad?
No.
No green beans,
fussy
asparagus.
eater.
I don't like the vegetables too much either.
Yeah.
But salad?
No. No.
Now, why is that? Has that always been?
Always has been.
Bad experience or
Always.
Something like that?
No, I just don't like the texture of it. So I'm a chicken, pasta, meat kind of girl. Cheese.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Pure Italian.
Make me a grilled cheese and I'm happy.
Got Italian. All right. Yeah. You mentioned, I thought one of the neat things was, okay, so Dad has some land, like some lineage to William Penn. So tell us about that. It's pretty neat.
It is pretty cool. So my dad's last name is Walker, was my maiden name. And his lineage goes way back to William Penn. And so land was given to my family. So if you're ever in the King of Prussia area, if you see Walker Road, that was part of my family's land back then. Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
It's pretty cool. We have books on all the names of the lineage, and then my family.
What's it worth?
I don't know.
You guys should cash in on that.
I don't know.
That probably was an argument with Mom and Dad.
Maybe.
Cash in on that.
Maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So one of the interesting things, not only is this, a place of work. I mean, one of the interesting things is, I can get down. We'll reenact here. Didn't your husband ask you? He said, Jess Walker, you complete me. Is that exactly what he said?
Yes, it was amazing.
It was amazing.
Right here in the conference room.
Right in the conference room. How cool is that?
I was proposed to here at UPE, and not the most romantic of places. However, he set that up with Dr. Patchke, and I walked out of the conference room and the whole staff was in the office cheering. So it was kind of cool.
Look at that. So all set up.
Cool.
So place of work. All right. So, that's a good memory. It's something you'll never forget.
True.
Very good. All right.
Yeah.
So a RAM Award winner.
Yes. That was amazing.
How neat is that?
I had no idea. I was so surprised.
I had no idea. I haven't gotten
All
one
of a
yet.
sudden, my face came up on the screen. No, that was pretty cool. It's pretty nice to be
Yeah.
recognized.
Yeah, it's really neat.
You know, it's nice.
That is nice. All right. Well, talk about awards. Last question is this.
Mm-hmm.
So, when Jess Hauseman, landowner, Walker, retires, okay, what do you want your legacy? What do you want the kids, like when they say, hey, do you remember Mrs. Hauseman? What do you want them to say about you?
Oh boy. Oh my goodness, that's a hard question. I guess just that I was here to help them think positive and think about life in a good way, because I know that growing up today is so hard, and I feel like if we grown-ups can give them that little bit of light, that little smile, and if that's what I'm remembered for, then that's great, because I like to use sense of humor with kids as well, and I think that's really important.
All right. Look at that. Hey, well, thanks for joining us there, Jess.
Thank you.
All right, so if you see Mrs. Hauseman, you're not going to see her at Salad Works because she doesn't eat greens. If you see her on her land at William Penn, don't kick her off. That's hers. That's the Walker land. Make sure you say hello to her. If you see her in the IPC room, ask her to marry you. Maybe that's, or a conference room, maybe she'll say yes. Probably not. She's married. But, again, thanks for joining us here on Staff Connections. Until next time, I'm your host, Bill Cole.